Good morning and Jai Hind. In this video, we are going to learn about degree of comparison is used when we compare one person or one thing with another. See, there are three types of degree of comparison: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. And the example is also given here. He is happy. This is the emotion of a person happy. Happy is an emotion and it tells about the state of emotion of a person, how he feels. That is, he is happy. It's a positive degree. When we compare the emotions of two persons, here we, as in this next example, we are comparing the emotions of two persons. That means a person and a hurry. Then we are using a comparative degree. It is basically when we compare between two persons. He is happier than her. That means a person is more happy than the Hari is. That means Hari is less happy than a person. So this happier is an adjective in comparative degree. In the next example, he is the happiest person on the earth. Here, happiest is a in superlative degree. When we compare more than two persons or things, then we use a superlative degree. Most adjectives formation is used by either adding er or est at the end of a specific adjective, positive degree. Suppose I am using an example small. Small is a positive degree. Okay, positive degree of comparison is small. For making small, to convert small into a next comparative degree, we have to add er at the end of the small and est to to convert this into a superlative degree. Small, smaller, and smallest. Most of the adjectives can be converted to comparative and superlative degree by adding er and est. Similarly, we can see some one more example: kind. We are adding er at the end of kind to convert this into a comparative degree, and est, kindest, into a superlative degree. Similarly, one more example is given here: dark. Dark is in positive degree. Now we are adding er at the end of the dark to convert this into a comparative degree, and est to convert it into a superlative degree. One thing we should need to remember that comparative degree is always used when we are comparing two things, and the superlative degree is used when we are comparing more for the superlative degree. So, see, whenever there is a e at the end of a positive degree of adjective, then what we do that we just add r in the case of comparative degree, and est, e is already present there, we just add st to convert this into a superlative degree. See, the example is given here: able. Here, e is present at the end of the positive degree of adjective. So, we are just adding r to make it into a comparative and st to make it into a superlative degree. Similarly, see, another example is there: dense. Again, the last alphabet in the dense is e. So we are just adding r and st to convert it into comparative and superlative degree, that is denser and densest. White. Again, e is there at the end, so we have to add r and st to make it into a comparative and superlative degree. So it becomes positive degree that ends with y. See, there is example given here: happy, where the last alphabet is y. So what we will do, that we will remove y and put I in place of y, and we have to add er for comparative and est for superlative degree, as we have done previously. So see, in case of happy, we have replaced y with I, and er is added to make it a happier, and est is added to make it is a happiest. Another example, holy. Again, y is at the end. So y is removed and I is placed in place of y, and er and est is added. So it becomes holier and holiest. Noisy. Y is there at the end. So noisier and noisiest. In each of these cases, y is replaced by I, and er is added to make it into a comparative, and est is added to make it into a. Now, when any adjective is given which have a single syllable and that is ending with a single consonant preceded by a vowel. Is it clear? That means single syllable should be there. It should be ended by a single consonant, and before that there should be a vowel also. See, this example is given: big, single syllable, ending with consonant, that is G, and G is just preceded by the vowel, that is I. In that case, what we have to do, we have to double the consonant, the last alphabet which is at the word. Here, in case of big, G is there. So we have to double the G. We have to use twice the G, and ER and EST has to be added at the end to make it into a comparative or superlative degree. See, big becomes bigger, biggest. Here fat is there, fat, where T is a consonant, and A is just before the T. A is a vowel, it is just placed before the T, and it's a single syllable. That's why T is repeated twice, and ER is added and EST is added. So it becomes fatter and fattest. Similarly, we can see the case of wet and sad also. Here also T is used twice to make it as wetter and wettest, and saddest. Now, when there are more than 3 syllables, see, difficult, more than 3 syllables are there, then what we have to do, we have to add more before the word to make it into a comparative degree, and most to make it into a superlative degree. So see the example, difficult. So we have added more before the word difficult. It becomes more difficult. Now it's a comparative degree, and for making to a superlative degree, we have added most before the difficult. It becomes most difficult. Similarly, enjoyable. More enjoyable, most enjoyable. More and most are added just before these words. Forgettable, forgetful. More forgetful, most forgetful. Wonderful. It happens like this. There are some exceptions also. All these rules which we have studied, there are some adjectives in that those adjectives don't follow these rules. So there are some exceptions, just like word good. It doesn't become gooder or goodest. It becomes better and best in comparative and superlative. These are the exceptions. That means these words doesn't follow the rules which we have studied earlier. Many becomes more, most, bad, worst and worst. Much is also becomes more and most in comparative. And with this, I am going to end this session. Thank you.